Our next presenter is Atazaz Farouk. Atazaz Farouk is serving as a professor and director at the Canadian Centre for Climate Change and Adaptation at the University of Prince Edward Island. Atazaz's research focuses on the development of climate-smart technologies for Canadian agriculture. Atazaz has co-authored over 150 peer-reviewed articles and delivered many keynote invited talks at international forums. Atazaz has received various national awards in recognition of his exceptional contributions, and he has also garnered over $18 million in research funding and trained a significant number of highly qualified personnel. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. I do have slides. I think they will show up. All right. So how many of you know precision agriculture technologies? Let's start off with a question. What's your definition? Okay. All right. So I'll zip through. And I'll try to bring it in a lay language so that I know there is a diverse audience and I want to make a point. So my research area is in precision agriculture technologies, and I'm working at the University of PEI for the last 9 years. So what is precision agriculture? It's basically management of variability within the fields, that how we can optimize resources, water, nutrient, and apply based on the need. And there is another definition I'm not going to read from the slides, but the idea is that we can improve the yield at the same time reduce environmental impact. So why it matters? Why do we care? Okay. So there are some common facts that population increase, we need more food and fiber, and land is shrinking, and also the greenhouse gas emissions. The first day of this conference focused on the emissions and climate action. So agriculture is one of the significant contributor. So we need to optimize the agriculture. So the first example I want to bring, this is the robot myself and my team built at the University of Prince Edward Island for potato virus Y. It's autonomous, it goes in the field, inspect. Currently, the way it is done, the growers will send the people out, they will inspect for PVY and pull those plants out. So the idea was that if we can automate it. So this is how it started. So you can see from the scratch, from the frame, and then this is the product working actually in the field. So it has cameras take images, differentiate between potato infected plants and healthy plants, and then decide and make an infection map. Then basically we can send a couple of people to pull those plants out rather than 8 people in a hot and humid day. And at the end of the day, we would like to attach a robotic arm to it to make it fully autonomous. So, and this robot, once it is proven, it will be a game changer for potato industry because potato is an international crop. The second one I want to bring is the variable seeding and nutrient management. So the different colors on this map represent different levels of productivity. So we cannot treat it the same. So we need to assess and manage that based on those colors and productivity level. So variable seeding. So in PEI, we got a lot of erosion. So with the erosion, topsoil is gone. So we are left with the sand, and then how we can manage that. So the idea was to put the seeds together where it is healthy, put them apart where it is eroded, and see how that goes. And so this is a drone imagery. You can see the plant count in different zones and also the canopy cover. And the idea was, so this technology is commercially available now. So over 50,000 hectares on PEI is managed using this technology, the research which I started quite a while ago. Then we are also working on greenhouse gas emission modeling and monitoring, some of the images here. And then, and also the idea is to model those greenhouse gas emissions as a function of climate, soil, crop, and also the crop management. and see how the emissions are translating. What are some variables we can control to optimize those emissions and improve our soils healthier? Water management. So in the climate change, so I just want to throw this slide there. You can see this is the 5-year data. So the blue hills is the precipitation, and the red is the crop water requirement. Okay, you can see the hills are not matching the red line. So that is posing the risk to the sustainability of potato production on our island. What we do about it? We need to meet those hills, or somehow those hills need to meet the red line to be sustainable, right? So then we did some irrigation trials, and the idea was that if we can supplement that water and meet the need of the crop, we can be sustainable. As an island, we cannot go unplanned, undocumented pumping of water, because if we do that, we will get into issues like saltwater intrusion like Australia. So that's why it needs to be managed properly. It needs to be evidence-based decision-making. When we applied the water, you can see that the yield significantly higher in the first year. In the second year, we used drip, sprinkler, fertigation. In any case, yield was higher. So that means if we are meeting those requirements, July and August is a critical time. If we don't get a rain for consecutive 3 weeks, we will be losing about 30% of the crop, because that is the time. Anyway, so the take home from my talk, so we are developing these technologies, so we need to train people and highly qualified personnel so that these technologies can be adopted. And also all my research is with farmers. I don't have, so those are on-farm trials where I work with the growers. My father is a farmer, so sometimes that is a learning experience and also helps. And then develop the technology which is easy and user-friendly so that it can be adopted. Sometimes we scientists are very good at inventing problems and asking someone else to pay for it. At the end, I would like to acknowledge all my funders who have been funding this research very heavily. I recently received a $7 million grant from NSERC to develop sustainable agriculture technologies for Eastern Canada, so where I'm partnering with a lot of universities across the country, and I'm a lead for that project. Thank you all for listening. I hope I was on time.